Welcome to Boundless B, the Hemophilia B podcast. The podcast standing with you from a family like yours, presented by the Coalition for Hemophilia B and in partnership with Balancing Life's Issues. The Coalition for Hemophilia B is more than an organization. It's a national nonprofit serving this community, now in its 35th year. Beyond even that, though, it's a family. A family built on shared experiences, resilience, and the willingness to lift each other up. At the heart of this community are the volunteers, the ones who dedicate their time, energy, and passion to making a difference. Over the next 2 episodes, we're celebrating 6 of those incredible individuals, our 2024 Volunteers of the Year. Today, you'll be hearing from Fel Echandi, Milinda DiGiovanni, and Collin Johnson. Fel's connection to hemophilia B started with his son, who was diagnosed with severe factor IX deficiency. As a parent, Fel quickly learned the challenges of navigating treatment, advocacy, and emotional support. Over the years, he has not only supported his own family, but has become a leader in reaching Spanish-speaking families within the hemophilia B community, ensuring that language is never a barrier to care. Milinda's journey is deeply personal. She is both a mother and a carrier of hemophilia B, with a son who has severe hemophilia and a daughter with a mild diagnosis. For over 15 years, she has been a caregiver, an advocate, and a source of light in the community, using her infectious joy and laughter to bring families together at events all across the country. Collin has lived with hemophilia B since childhood. His love for adventure in the outdoors, hiking, rock climbing, and even snowboarding has never held him back. Instead, it has fueled his passion for educating and mentoring others, proving that with the right approach, people with hemophilia B can do anything. Within the coalition, he's your ace in the hole, the person who steps up in any situation, ready to do whatever it takes to keep things running smoothly. Their journeys are different, but they share one thing in common. The Coalition for Hemophilia B changed their lives, and now they're making sure it changes the lives of others. For many volunteers, their journey begins with a personal struggle, a moment where they needed guidance, support, or a sense of community. For Fel, that moment came when his son began resisting treatment, and he found himself searching for answers.
It all started a long time ago. We didn't know about the coalition. We went to a symposium that was actually in New York. My kid was like about 12, 13 years old. We had a men's meeting. My son was dealing with a lot of struggles of like he didn't want to infuse and stuff like that, getting on the teenager years. It was in that session. I was like, well, I'm dealing with this. And they kind of helped me out with my kid and to get his infusions going on his own. And I was so grateful, that the guys step in, and help me out with this. That I said, well, if they help me out with this, I need to help them out too. Ever since then, I started attending more events with the coalition.
For Milinda, her introduction to the coalition came through a women's retreat, a space where she felt truly understood for the first time.
My friend told me about it. I also heard about it through my HTC, my Hemophilia Treatment Center. They said, oh, you really should go to this event. And I signed up for it, and it just literally changed my life. I felt so much community. All of our lives have changed because we have each other. We empower each other. We inspire each other. There's education, 24/7 connection, a women's retreat, men's retreat, couples retreat. We do meetings on the road. You don't feel like you're alone doing this by yourself. You have complete support in this community.
Collin's journey was different. He had always been involved in volunteer work, and when he found the coalition, he naturally felt compelled to contribute.
For a long time, volunteered at a special needs horse riding place. So it was just kind of a natural thing once I started getting involved with the coalition. And I really felt like I was getting a lot out of it and just wanted to give back and be able to provide that for somebody else.
For many, volunteering starts as a way to give back. But what they often find is that it changes them in ways they never expected. The act of helping others build new relationships, strengthens communities, and creates a lasting sense of belonging. For Fel, volunteering gave him the opportunity to guide families who were experiencing the same struggles he once faced.
Every time that I volunteer, I meet new families. I meet new parents that were in my shoes when I was there. I'm able to get those connections, tell them my story and, make him feel comfortable that like it's going to be okay. When my kid was 9 months old and got diagnosed with this, I was worried, is he going to be okay when he's on his 10, when he's on his 15s, And one of the reassuring things for me was to see other kids being a volunteer with the coalition. It just opened up a new family.
For Milinda, volunteering has been more than just offering guidance. It's about creating deep, meaningful connections. She found a sisterhood, a network of women who share her experiences and offer unwavering support. It was through these relationships that she truly understood the power of community.
The connection, it's like no other. You don't feel like you're alone doing this by yourself. You have complete support in this community.
For Collin, volunteering gave him a new perspective. Seeing the dedication of those who make these programs happen, the long hours, the planning, the effort, made him truly appreciate the work that goes on behind the scenes. It deepened his respect for the coalition and reinforced why he continues to be involved.
It has made me a lot more grateful for these types of programs because I kind of have gotten a peek at the inner workings and how much work really goes into them and how much there is just to do and to organize and plan. Definitely understand the need for volunteers. It's just, like I said, made me a lot more grateful for all the work that anyone that's involved has put in.
Volunteering isn't just about showing up. It's about stepping up. It's about recognizing a need and taking action to make a difference. What makes Fel, Milinda, and Collin stand out isn't just their dedication, but the unique ways in which they've shaped and strengthened the Hemophilia B community. For Fel, it was about breaking down barriers. He saw firsthand how language could isolate families from the resources and support they needed. Instead of waiting for someone else to step in, he and his wife created a space where Spanish-speaking families could connect, learn, and feel seen.
I'm from Costa Rica and my wife is from Mexico. We came to the United States about 27 years ago. Our struggles of the language sometimes, especially with the kid with hemophilia, a lot of medical terms. My wife and me, we noticing that the community was going to events that they were all in English. When you ask, did you like the event? They will say, yes, I love the event. Did you understand the event? They will say no. Something had to be done. Me and my wife, we started a community groups and with the Spanish community, have educational talks. And that coalition has started to now implement a lot of Spanish support. The community is growing a lot.
For Milinda, volunteering isn't just about providing information, it's about creating an experience. She brings an energy that's impossible to ignore, ensuring that every event she touches is filled with laughter, connection, and joy. She understands that families facing hemophilia B need more than just education. They need moments of celebration too.
Some of these people have never been to any of these events. So when they come and they see me, I bring laughter and joy and kind of like a comedian. I want to say I have my own little vibe going and these kids melt my heart. I love them all so much. When I took the kids to the aquarium during lunch, I started having a conversation with all of them. And I said, do you know that we're family? And one specific child looked at me like, what? Like, I didn't know. What are you talking about? And then I started explaining that I had hemophilia and that my children have hemophilia. Both of us deal with hemophilia. And I showed him my bruises. So he started showing me his bruises. And it was just so touching and so beautiful. He was overjoyed to know that he wasn't alone.
Then there's Collin, the person who can do it all. He's the one making sure everything runs smoothly from the first moment of setup to the last moment of cleanup. No job is too big or too small, and if there's a task that needs doing, Collin is already on it.
Setting up, tearing down, random running of tasks, but I think at this point I've done a little bit of everything, calling, texting people to see if they're coming to meetings on the road or make sure that they know about it and things like that, check in at the symposium multiple times, tear down and set up a ton, running little errands for Rocky or Kim or whoever, at least decent at everything.
Fel, Milinda, and Collin never sought recognition for their work. They didn't volunteer for awards or accolades. They volunteered because it was the right thing to do. But sometimes a moment of recognition can serve as a powerful reminder that the work they do matters, that their efforts are seen, and their dedication is changing lives. For Fel, this award isn't about personal achievement. It's about reaffirming his commitment to giving back and continuing the work that means so much to him and the families he serves.
I was really surprised because, I'm never expecting to get recognition or nothing like that. I think I do it on belief of like the right thing to do. I never expect nothing, from no one. But it was really nice, have that nice little word in my office, always reminding me that to keep going and, and do better. And not only, for the coalition, it doesn't matter if you're helping, the lady that is crossing the street or somebody in the supermarket, it's always a reminder of like, do good in life,
For Collin, the award came as a complete surprise. But in that moment, he realized that even the small things, the extra effort, the willingness to step up had not gone unnoticed.
I wasn't expecting it, so it caught me off guard a little bit, but it definitely just made me very thankful. It was just kind of like a little pat on the back, like we see the hard work you've put in to help us and to do things to make this community better, and we just wanted to give you a little pat on the back. And so I was extremely thankful for that, even though it definitely threw me off a little bit and I was not expecting it.
And then there's Milinda. True to her nature, she took the recognition in stride with humor, joy, and an unshakable love for the community she serves.
Was waiting for it. I don't know. It just felt like it was the right time. And I said, it's either my retirement award or my volunteer award. And I kept teasing my friends, and oh my gosh, it's so funny. But it just means that I'm awesome, and and this is what I love to do. I love to give back, and my heart is full when I give back. And I also have a mansion in heaven waiting for me, so absolutely love this community. I wouldn't change anything in the world for it. One of my favorite events are all just this community is just amazing. Yeah.
Fel, Milinda, and Collin don't do this work for recognition, but this award is a testament to the lives they've touched, the families they've supported, and the impact they continue to make. It's a symbol of gratitude from a community that wouldn't be the same without them. Fel, Milinda, and Collin remind us that small acts of kindness create lasting impacts. They are proof that giving back isn't just about helping others, it's about building something bigger than ourselves, a legacy of support, strength, and hope. Thank you for listening to Boundless B, the Hemophilia B podcast, the podcast standing with you from a family like yours, presented by the Coalition for Hemophilia B and in partnership with Balancing Life's Issues. For more information on upcoming CHB community events, just go to www.hemob.org and click on Get Involved, then Upcoming Events. Until next time, everybody, take care. This episode of Boundless B, the Hemophilia B podcast, presented by the Coalition for Hemophilia B, is made possible in part by the support of CSL. We thank CSL for their continued commitment to the bleeding disorders community.